What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Dark Spirits, Dark Sports Podcast. Hope you guys are having a great morning, afternoon, or night. Today, we are going to start off with something that's pretty big, and hopefully, I'm wrong about most of these, but we're going to start off with a new segment that we're introducing called It's Over for teams that we think the season is probably over with. Let's start out with a big one. Let's start out with the Jaguars. What do you think?
Well, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars is one team that I also said their season is over. Two reasons. They're 0-4 in that division, and they also have Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. If there are any Jacksonville fans listening to this, you probably know this, and you probably still can't believe it, but he's not good at football, whatsoever. He's like, it's not looking good for Jacksonville right now.
Jacksonville is 25th in offense in the National Football League, and they're 30th in defense. What do you think about those stats?
I mean, if their offense would balance out the defense, or the defense would balance out the offense, it'd be normal. But having both sides of the ball be that low it's not good.
It's not good.
It's definitely not good.
I agree with you 100%. Jacksonville, it's over for you guys. Sorry. Who else you got?
Let's see. We got the Dolphins. Okay. We're gonna leave that in. They won one game. Pretty cool and all, but your starting quarterback is concussed. Your star wide receiver is not getting the ball for some reason. Everything seems to be really just falling apart right now for Miami. What do you think?
I think it's over for them. Everything you just said, plus they're 1-3 in their division, and they're in the division with the Bills and the Jets.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's over, right? Okay, we agree on that. It's over. Who else you got?
Sorry, Miami. All right. I'd love to plan a trip there, but still, I'm just really, really sorry. Let's see. We got the Raiders. Some recent talks about trading Davante Adams have surfaced, and some teams are actually buying in for it too. Mainly the Jets, which is going to be to see Davante reunite with his old teammate. But I feel like if the Raiders are willing to trade away their star receiver, they're entering that rebuilding phase, and they care about what's going to happen with the season, but they don't care enough.
I agree with that. I think you are a very intelligent young man, the way you gave your reasons for that. Same thing. I didn't have the Raiders as it being over originally, but once the news about Davante Adams broke, I thought the same thing. It's kind of like, if they trade away their key player, then that tells me they've pretty much given up on going to the Super Bowl. So if they've given up, then it's okay for us to give up on them also. So 1, 2, 3, it's over. It's over.
It's over.
It's over. All right. Who else?
Now we've got one that I'm pretty sure everybody, including this franchise's team, can say that they're probably done. Let's talk about Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
Daniel Jones.
Let's see. Obviously, if it wasn't obvious already, definitely overpaid for Daniel Jones. He's tied with Will Levis right now for probably one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. All I'm saying is Malik Neighbors gets hurt, it's 1,000,000% over. Yep. Right now, Malik Neighbors is the only thing keeping the Giants alive, and everybody knows that.
Yep, I agree. Something that's common amongst these teams we're naming is they're either 1-3 or 0-4. The Giants, they're 1-3 in that division, and guess what? Their next game, they have to play a road game at Seattle. And Seattle played an amazing game on Monday night. I mean, that was probably it's probably the best game I've seen in NFL this year.
The Legion of Boom is back.
And Seattle's going to be fired up. I don't see Seattle losing to the New York Giants, so that puts them at 1-4. It's over. Who else you got?
This is the last one, and this is also one where we can somewhat say it's over, but at the same time, new quarterback has been making some splashes. The Carolina Panthers. Boy, where to start with these guys?
Well, another 1-3 team.
Let's talk about trading away number 1 overall pick to the Bears. Bears acquired Caleb Williams, who has not been performing well. Still been better than Bryce Young, though. Bryce Young Either he absolutely hates Carolina or he's just trash.
I think they kind of did him dirty in the sense that they put him in a position where the team around him wasn't good. Earlier in the week, 98 and we kind of were talking about Jamarcus Russell. And I was saying, like, Jamarcus Russell, which was before your time, he got drafted to the Raiders, put on a trash team. He didn't perform, and people were like, he's terrible. I think Bryce Young is in a similar situation. I think he's a decent quarterback. I think he shouldn't have been asked to lead the team coming out. But yeah, Panthers, everything 98 said, and looking at stats, they're 23rd in total offense. This is out of 32 teams, and they're 28th in defense. And
however, Andy Dalton, this seems to be like the year of the backup.
It is, right? Isn't it funny how trends develop? It's like, this is crazy.
We got Mason Rudolph, who's performing really, really well. Sam Darnold, who everybody assumed was washed up, but turns out he just escaped whatever team was holding him captive. And then we have Andy Dalton suddenly playing, in my eyes, one of the best games of his career. So
yeah, I think they call him the Red Rocket.
He's scruffy and orange, so I can see why.
Yeah, Rockets are orange. That makes sense. And just to put more nails in the coffin, they're in the division with Tampa and the Falcons.
Oh, and you got to worry about New Orleans. New Orleans is good now.
Yeah,
which is surprising.
So again, it's over. So who do we say so far? We said the Panthers, we said the Giants, we said Jacksonville, we said the Raiders.
Oh, did we already say it? Yeah. Oh, Miami.
Oh, okay, Miami. Another team that's 1-3 in their division.
Oh, we already talked about
Tua is out concussed. You talked about that already, but I'll just add on. Can't hurt to pile on. They have a lot of injuries.
Sorry, Miami.
Tua concussed, and then in the game the other day, Jalen Phillips, he's going to have knee surgery. He's like their defensive captain. I have one, which is going to be kind of spicy in the sense that I'm going to say the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to say it's over for them. Here's why. Another team where they're 1-3 in their division. They're in the division with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Baltimore started off slow, but now they're playing lights out. Pittsburgh is the leader of that division. I don't see them overcoming. I think that's it. I think Cincinnati plays the Browns next, and that's a division game. So, I mean, anything could happen there, but it's over for them. So, yeah, Cincinnati, it's over.
I feel like Cincinnati still has a chance. I feel like these first few games, they've been put on with like really, really, really tough games at the beginning of the year. So
yeah.
I feel like their record somewhat reflects that, but their play also has somewhat impact. But I'm not ready to completely say it's over for them. I'll know for sure after I see them play the Browns.
Okay. If they lose to the Browns.
If they lose to the Browns, yeah, it's done.
It's over. Okay. All right. I got one final team. And you're probably going to agree with me, the Titans, the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, yeah.
So they are
Let's talk about Will
Levis. They're 1-3, another 1-3 team. They have QB issues that we just found out from the Monday Night Football game with Will Levis. He was kind of making a lot of mistakes. Now they got Mason Rudolph in. Now are they going to leave him in? The Titans, if you look at the stats, they're first in overall defense in the NFL, which is why that game was so boring. Nobody could score, but they're 29th in offense. So if you have a team that can't score, it's going to be hard to win, especially in that division that they're in with one of the highest scoring teams, probably the Texans. So it's over. The teams I'm saying it's over are Miami, Jacksonville Titans, Giants, Panthers. You agree with those? And you're kind of on the fence with Cincinnati, but maybe after next week we'll see.
Man, they got slaughtered this year.
Bonus insight, which is what you can't get from a lot of clowns on YouTube, but me and 98, we giving y'all some real bonus insight that you can use to make money on.
You could probably just Google this.
Yeah. A team that's on the verge of it being over is the New York Jets. Here's why. The Jets are currently, 2-2, right? They're in a division with the Bills. They're not in as bad shape. They're not in as bad shape as Dolphins, but they're 2-2. Problem is that their next game is in London against the red-hot Minnesota Vikings. Depending on what they do in that game, let's say they lose, their schedule after that is not looking favorable. The next 3 games after that are all like teams that were in the playoffs. Now, that may change because if they get Devontae Adams, he's not going to just drop in and just start doing stuff. He has to get the timing down, learn the offense. So let's say that takes a few weeks. By that point, I mean, it goes back to what I'm saying. They're in the division with the Bills, and
It really is like a
it's
game of
close.
catch up right
It's
now.
close. They would need to win the next 3 games. So that's why they're on the verge. So that's our segment. It's over. Good job, 98. Let's go ahead and roll into predictions for next week. Speaking of predictions, we were both right about our prediction for last week, Cowboys at Giants. We knew the Cowboys had to win that game. That was a must-win game for those. You kind of talked about Malik Neighbors. He did really good that game. Unfortunately, he might be hurt, so we don't know. So
Oh, something I gotta say about Dallas. Oh, you guys are on the verge of making the "It's Over" segment because having the Giants be able to keep up with you, like if the Giants, if they didn't make, I think it was like it was one turnover. I forgot when it happened, but if they hadn't have made that, the Giants might have seriously won that game.
they may
And
have.
even with that turnover, you still have to consider score was 20-15. One more score, it's done.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on the next game. Predictions for next week, I'll lead and 98 is going to follow. First one, Amazon Thursday Night Football. You got the 3-1 Bucks at the 2-2 Falcons. They're in the same division. Who do you like there?
That's actually really really tough
Yeah, that's tough.
because the Bucks have got everything they need to win. But I mean, obviously we saw that come to fruition during that horrible game that they played against the Eagles. But I feel like I might have to pick the underdog and say the Falcons are gonna win this one.
Why? Because it's a home game?
It's a home game for them. Kirk Cousins has been performing well. It seems like the Falcons' O line is also playing to his strength of being a pocket quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Drake London's been doing pretty well. Ray McLeod has been doing better than expected. All they have to really do is get Bijan going, and they should be pretty good.
I think that's good insight. Here's what worries me and why I'm going with the Bucks is the Bucks were able to pressure Jalen Hurts, who is a mobile quarterback. So they pretty much had him locked up. He wasn't able to do anything, and he's much more mobile than Kirk. So I'm just thinking if they had Jalen pinned down, I don't know. I don't know if they're probably going to get to him. So on that one, we're split. You're going Falcons. I'll go with the Bucks on that one. Okay, next prediction: NBC Sunday Night Football. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. Dallas 2-2 at Pittsburgh 3-1. Who is the division leader?
Yeah.
Another tough one.
I'm saying Steelers. Cowboys have to win this game, but I feel like the Steelers are probably gonna win it. Justin Fields, he's been pretty good so far. Now that he's finally escaped Chicago, whatever they have going on there with their quarterbacks, they just can't seem to figure it out, no matter who they get. And also, Dallas Cowboys defense kind of sucks. So especially with you got Justin Fields, they still have Najee, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You got Justin Fields, you got Najee Harris, George Pickens, who is a highlight machine. Everything is lined up in Pittsburgh favor, so I'm gonna say Pittsburgh. But this has been the season of upsets, and imagine saying last year that the Cowboys were going to be underdogs versus the Steelers.
That's crazy to think about. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh also on this one just because I don't know either way. I'm going to go with you, 98. Final, ABC Monday Night Football, just a Monday night game. You got the Saints, who are 2-2, visiting the 4-0 Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark, and I'm going to say that the Saints are going to win this one.
Okay, why?
You have to acknowledge Patrick Mahomes. He's been good. He's still Patrick Mahomes, but he hasn't been performing on that same level that he was last year. And that along with coupled with all the injuries, you got Rashee Rice out for the season. Pacheco is out for a while. I think they said like 6 weeks or something. Something crazy like that. And Travis Kelce has not been producing. And the Saints have got a surprisingly good defense with a really, really high-powered offense. So I feel like this might be another game where we see the Saints put up 40.
Could be. I am going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs on this one, only because I've seen Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs win a lot of games they should have lost. And at home, we've been to Arrowhead. I think it's going to be hard for the Saints to go into Arrowhead Stadium and get a victory there. I don't know how the Chiefs are going to do it. I think it's going to be a close game, but I see Kansas City getting out. So let's recap. Bucks at Falcons Thursday. You're taking Falcons. I'm taking the Bucks. Sunday Night Football, we're both taking Pittsburgh over Dallas. And Monday Night Football, we are going to take, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. You're taking the Saints. I think that pretty much wraps it up. Why don't you go ahead and close us out, 98?
All right. So this has been the Dark Spirits Dark Sports podcast. Thank you for watching and giving us your time. And if you would be so kind, we would like to see you here next week when we talk about a bunch of other stuff, mainly making fun of the Giants, but
Mainly making fun of the Giants, probably, and maybe the Cowboys.
maybe the Cowboys a
Yeah.
little bit.
Thanks, everybody. Talk to you next time. Bye.